And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
And the Raptors making a change here. Hurdle's checked in. Then for the Raptors, Patrick Williams. He's checked in for Jakob Hurdle. Dick comes in for Stevenson. And it's Keon Ellis in for Topic. Porter's checked in for the Timberwolves. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Ellis. Then there's Dick. And it's Mobo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now, here's Mitchell. Offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Markkanen from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. On the wing, Porter. He started by Ellis and finished off by Porter.
Serious hops from Porter on that one, slamming it down with authority.
Pass to Mobo. Dick against Porter. Here's Mobo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dick. And that one comes up a bit short.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now. Looking a little out of sorts.
Back to Porter. Fires for 3. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Toronto shooting a low 30% mark from the field. And here is Ellis. Pass to Dick. From past the arc. Bangs home the trifecta.
And this is Grady Dick's shot, right? When he's in rhythm and firing away with confidence, what a three-point threat. Listen, this guy's a barometer for this team's success offensively. They go as he goes.
Now here's Ellis. Now here's Williams. So, Doris, when it comes to punishing flopping, the acronym is STEM, and you can walk us through this. STEM.
That's right, Kevin. Secondary, theatrical, embellished movements. Players are always going to embellish contact because they want to make sure the official sees it. What the league doesn't want are the flailing pirouettes, the exaggeration or feigning of contact. Those actions will be penalized.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Markkanen. Back to Williams. Pass to Dick. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, Markkanen sinks the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for Minnesota. Here's Vukcevic. Pass to Porter. Jacks up a 3. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On the wing, Williams. Three-pointer. Jarrett Allen grabs the miss. Allen's, and here is Mitchell. Edwards looking it over. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside, Markkanen lets it go from deep. Rebound, Minnesota. Vukcevic has got rebound number 13 with that last one.
Boy, he's trying to give this team a spark, but the bucket simply will not go down. Boy, a turnover like that will have a coach just staring at his shoes, biting his tongue.
Pass to Mobo. Porter against Dick. Over Porter. Dick, that's good.
Well, Grady Dick's effectiveness in close. I'll tell you, we're used to seeing him on the perimeter. That's a big-time finish.
Poole, a screen on Dick. Out to Powell. Now, here's Poole. Hey, Doris, for a GM trying to build a championship-level roster, what's one thing that can really help?
I think the way the salary cap is constructed, maybe the single most important thing you can do as a GM is draft well. You have to be able to find players who can contribute right away. And talent evaluation is not an exact science. The ones who do it well and don't miss on those big-time picks, that is a huge deal.
Now, here's Poole. Takes a three, cans it from downtown. Poole's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
Pass to Mobo. Now, Dick, guarded by Porter. Dick, that's good. Dick's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Up top, Powell. He's guarded by Stevenson. Poole outside. Back to Powell from downtown. Rebound by the Raptors. Now Dick. Pass to Topic. Here's Mobo. Now Dick. Bucket is good.
Come on now, that's easy money.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Now, here's Poole. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. 5 to shoot. Fires away from way outside. Porter, no luck.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here's Dick. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Minnesota.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Allen.
The aspect of his game that stood out to me was his work on the glass. He was absolutely relentless.
So it's Minnesota winning this one east. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast.
Pass to McNeely. Now here's Hartenstein. Here's McNeely. Adebayo feeling it out a bit. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Just an enforcer for this team. Adebayo is no stranger to physical play, whether he's receiving it or dishing it out.
And Sacramento with some changes. Bonus checked in for Claxton. Temple comes in for Tyson. And Malik Monk subbed in for Hardy. They've got Bam Adebayo. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. Pass to Sears. Here's Wolf. Fades. Will not go. Misses off the front iron.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Here's Morant. Back to Monk. Fires the 3. That one doesn't drop.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Pass to Adebayo. Confident take by Adebayo.
I'll tell you, Bam is having a massive impact on this game. They just can't stop him.
Outside Morant. And another miss by Sacramento. Houston leading by 6. Here's Thompson. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Pass to Bona. Back to Morant. Six to shoot. It's hauled in by Houston. They've led by as many as 14. And after this one wraps up, they're off to San Antonio, where they'll face the Spurs. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Monk covers. With the floater. And he gets that one. And it's a 10-point Houston lead.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish.
And finished off by Adebayo.
The explosiveness off the screen. I mean, Bam's so good at knowing where to roll to after setting picks.
Now here's Morant. He's closely guarded. Shoots. The wide open shot is on the money.
You cannot shoot the ball much better than he is right now.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And Sacramento making a change here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Adebayo. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And with balloting underway, a chance to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting.
Well, it's so interesting to see where the players stack up right now.
You take a look at Morant. He's gotten his fair share of votes. Currently number 5 in the West.
Nice to see him rewarded for what has been a really strong season. The fans paying him back for all that effort.
And it's hard to contain the excitement as we look ahead to what promises to be an outstanding All-Star weekend. Houston leading by 8. Here is Sears. Inside. Here's Adebayo. Hits the jump hook. Adebayo's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
To the middle. Here's Claxton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Both good from the line that time.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Here's McNeely. Left side Adebayo. Pass to McNeely. Launches it. Rebound by Sacramento. Whitehead's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Fleming. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Thompson's got rebound number 7 tonight.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Here is Sears. Houston working the ball around. McNeely for 3.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Pass to Morant. Here's Fleming. Lets it go from deep. Dyson with the bucket.
That's his second made 3, first of this half.
Houston leading by 5. Here is Sears. Now here's Adebayo. Fades away. Oh, Claxton with a rebound.
That's a chance he typically converts.
From 7. Cleared away by Hartenstein.
He's going through a bit of adversity right now. They really need him to pick it up, though.
Here's Thompson. It's stolen away. Here's Fleming. Hounded by Adebayo. Bucket! Straight in!
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Bucket! It goes!
Showing 0 fear. Thompson handles the pressure of the big moment. Way to go, Amen.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. It's Morant capitalizing inside.
Can you say prime time player Morant? He enjoys delivering for his team in these parts of the game.
The 3 ball is down.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped. As he often does, he gets to the rim. But that's just stellar defense.
Adebayo. Ooh, the shot misses.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh, my. And that was textbook defense. Positioning himself well to send it back.
Now here's Morant.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
The bucket is good!
Oh, you know Morant wants it. And guess what? He got it.
Claxton against Adebayo. And stolen by Claxton. And here we go, Sacramento on the fast break. Morant! Claxton just in time with the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Here is Sears. Here's McNeely. It's money from deep.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
And we've got a timeout called by Doug Christie. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. There's 21 seconds left to play in the fourth. Morant.
What determination from Morant in the paint, getting his shot off despite being fouled.
Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
2 shots.
And Morant drops them both.
Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a one-possession game.
And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
Big free throws right there to make this a 2-possession game.
Timeout called. Sacramento. They're behind by 5. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
If they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Knocks it loose. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. Morant. Oh, missed on the train. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops. And that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good. And it's a 7-point game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Man, you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
Simply delaying the inevitable here. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left. And you hate to have a player foul out, but their depth could be an asset here, helping them weather his absence.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And so it's Houston winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game.
Bam, of all the aspects that went into this win, which do you think was most important?
Our defense, man. You know, when it got down to crunch time, we really locked in, and we pride ourselves on that, like I always say. And, you know, we take those matchups, those one-on-one matchups personal. And we got the stops, and we got a W. We have to tough this one out.
It's always better when you can make it personal. Thanks so much, Bam.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
And GA, a lot of the best defensive teams in the league have some stout zone looks they can go to. Where do those in a game come in handy?
I mean, often it's a way of challenging opponents to make perimeter shots, but also you want to show different looks just to kind of disrupt the rhythm of a team's offensive flow.
Now here's Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Oliver. Carr is out there with Anthony Simon. Then there's Keldon Johnson. And it's Jackson in a power forward. Wembanyama down low. Johnson on him. Harper wide open. It's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Wembanyama has got 3 assists now in this one. The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Pass to Jackson. High post, Johnson. And a slam dunk by Johnson.
Clearly, Johnson is in attack mode tonight. He's going after shots and making a big effort for his team.
Now, Castle. Here's Smith, guarded by Jackson. Outside Harper. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. It's good from the top of the key. And the Spurs lead by 19.
And I think that's the speed Wembanyama needs because the defense is always going to be on him.
And it's Simon's missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Castle. And here's Vassell from the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Carr. Here's the 3. Connects from three-point range.
Creating spacing. That's his 3rd three-pointer of the night and his 2nd this half.
And Wembanyama up top. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Wembanyama has got 4 this quarter.
Going to Wembanyama, any chance you get just makes a whole lot of sense. Victor is really on fire tonight.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And now we'll take a moment for our presentation of our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of move, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance always cements his status as a fan favorite. Now, here's Sabonis. Pass to Castle. Back to Bryant. Gafford against Sabonis. From deep, Bryant. Rebounded by Jackson. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Off target at the rim. Spurs leading by 21. Castle on the wing. Over Carr. Castle on the wing. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Oliver. Buries the long-range jumper.
As cold as he was in the first half, he's done a great job regrouping and turning things around after the break.
Pass to Castle. Sabonis sets the pick for Castle. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now, just trying to close it out.
You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. Harper's shot's good.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
So it's the Spurs now. The Warriors making the shot. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
The ball goes to San Antonio.
Harper against Carr. And it's Bryant in the corner.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from three. Only had that one in the first half. Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
Castle with it. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Pass to Carr. For this screen on Harper. Carr. Here's Oliver for 3. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
And it's Bryant in the corner. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Carr with the ball. He's picked up by Harper. And it's Oliver missing. Spurs leading by 20. Outside Harper. Pass to Smith. Over Jackson. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Smith's got 4 points this quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And now, on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Victor Wembanyama.
And when he's dominant on the glass, his team benefits in so many ways. He took a lot of pressure off of his teammates tonight.
Shots good by Carr.
Assist goes to Carrington.
Now Castle. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
3 on 3. Here's Carrington. Excellent D there from Anthony. So it's San Antonio now. Pass to Zaroff. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.